Hello, my name is Kirk Holmes. I'm the executive chef of the Canoe Club in Hanover, New Hampshire. Today we're preparing a watermelon radish pickle. Watermelon radish is a very cool radish. If you cut it open, as we will shortly, you'll see on the inside of it, it looks like a watermelon. It has a white layer all the way around it that would be the rind of the watermelon, and then its heart is very bright red. Something to note, you may not be able to find a watermelon radish in all of your standard groceries out there, so if you can't, you can substitute a regular old red radish. My preference, though, would probably be a French breakfast radish or a daikon radish. Daikon's structure of its flesh is going to be a lot more conducive to the application that we're using right here today. So we have watermelon radish. I'll cut the tops and the bottom off to make it a little bit easier to handle. And there you can already see it's very cool starburst color. Just peel this up real quick. We'll try to get everything in the bowl, but if you're like me at home, carry your rag on your side so you can just wipe it into your hand and put it into the garbage. If you are making this recipe for a large number of people, I would recommend that you wear a glove, at least on the hand that you're holding the radish. Prolonged contact to the radish isn't going to cause any harm to you, but it will leave a little film on your skin that is actually really difficult to get off. I actually had to use a pumice stone the first time that I ever used a watermelon radish, or about 15 pounds of them. It took a pumice stone and a couple days worth of scrubbing to get it off. Those of you that have a mandolin at home, you can julienne this watermelon radish with a mandolin. I'm going to do it by hand with a knife. So I'll square off my radish so that it does not flop around on the cutting board. And you want to slice things about 1/8 of an inch thick into planks. Look at the vibrant colors rolling around on the cutting board. As you get down to a spot where you are maybe less comfortable holding the radish, thinking it might fall down, you don't want to cut yourself, just turn it on its side and continue to cut. And we'll come back and stack everything out and julienne the product. Very, very colorful. Now the flavor of a watermelon radish, as we were talking earlier in reference to your traditional red radish, your red radish is going to be crisp and tangy. The watermelon radish is also tangy, as it is in the radish family, but I find that it has a lot more sweet characteristic to it, which is very cool, especially in the dish that we're using the watermelon radish for, in the pickle process. In pickling with vinegar, or if you choose to use citrus juice or other acidic items, the extra sweetness of this radish definitely helps to offset the potentially overwhelming acid. This is a relatively long process, so this is definitely something that you want to do in advance. Having a dinner party in the evening is something you want to prepare in the morning. It certainly can be done the day of, but as I said, it's a long process, so you want to make sure to plan an appropriate amount of time. When I say long, we're talking about 4 to 6 hours all told, depending on how soft and how briny, as it were, you would like to have the radish pickles be. And it's done in a couple of stages. The first stage is, as we finish julienning these radishes, the first stage will be the macerating of the radish with salt and sugar and a little bit of powdered ginger. Just add a little extra characteristic to it. The macerate, just stick your hands right in there, move it all around so that it feels like every last piece of julienne watermelon radish has a little bit of salt, pepper, and some ginger on it. You can already smell the ginger. You can smell the radish. Get it all mixed around. Wrap the bowl in plastic tightly, and at this point, if you have a warm kitchen, just set it on your range and let it sit there for a couple of hours. And what the salt and the sugar is going to do is the salt especially is going to extract the juices from the watermelon radish and start to marinate the julienne watermelon radish in its own juices. And 2 hours from now, pretend 2 hours of time just elapsed, you want to add mirin and rice wine vinegar, just a little bit in this particular case, but don't be afraid to add more. If you're a pickle fan, like so many people I know are, then maybe you like to have a stronger acid flavor, which no one's stopping you from doing that. I would say go for it. What you'll do after you add your liquid to this is wrap it back up and put it right back on that oven and let it sit for another 2 hours or so. And at that point, you have two options. When you're not going to use these watermelon radishes all in the same sitting, I would let them sit in that juice for a couple of days. The shelf life on something like this is at least a week, as long as you keep it cold in its liquid. Maybe add ice to it if you need to. If you feel like they're kind of limp, add a little ice to it, and it'll crisp it back out, so you have a nice crunch to it when you eat. And watermelon radish pickles, eat them just as they are. You can put them with seafood, fritters. You can put it with anything that you like, even cheese. And I would probably recommend a nice IPA in the summertime, a couple of crackers. Yeah. Watermelon radish pickles.